Right? Until we stop
Luego si pasamos por aquí tenemos que poner esto. Mira.
Già però volevo compagnia, come tu, però
Facciamo un slegame se sta arrivando a capo.
Sí.
¿cómo está el agua acá? Guarda, tieni 24
Sì. Buongiorno.
The one, yeah.
I don't know. It's all blurring and so on. This I like. This is very poppy.
Yeah. We go. Yeah. Change it. We go to the. No, no.
We'd be there.
really no later than 4 o'clock.
¿Por qué no me está?
¿Sabes un bollicao?
Regardez par le bleu. Il y avait des. Sur la dernière saison de Stranger Things.
espera, deja que pasen en su sitio.
I'll show you cameras. Like, it's basically like a mini aeroplane.
Also, I said it was because it was expensive, but I didn't really understand that. Oh, paragliding. Oh, paragliding.
I prefer to I wish I almost want to go back to that.
He's got major things
I don't want to skydive. I just go to skydive. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And like, I don't I'd want to go on a bungee jump where I trust that people.
I know. No. No, baja los brazos. Ahí. Oh, alta. Quédate ahí, quédate ahí. No, no, baja. Normal, natural. Muy bueno. Me gusta. Sacamos a mí. No, vos acá y después vemos.
Miramos, a ver. A, B, C.
Otra.
Bravissimo. Ma che cazzo? No, non è per
Thank